What's up guys? Sanitary 103, always encouraging clean eating and clean and healthy lifestyle. So in today's important video, I want to go over my top 3 ideas and or tips on how to minimize the damage done when you have an entire cheat day. And before I go over this list, I did want to point out that if you're pretty new to diet, health, and fitness, and or you have a really slow metabolism, and or you have that personality in which once you eat one potato chip, you just completely binge eat, then I would probably recommend not having an entire cheat day. A cheat meal here and there will probably be better for you. But if you're in that category in which you know that you're gonna get right back on track after having a cheat day, then this video is definitely for you. Whatever type of person or category you fall in, who doesn't want to minimize the damage done on a cheat day? So with that being said, let's go over the top 3 tips. So on to tip number 1, and that is on your cheat day, as soon as you wake up, have a really good workout. Now, who knows how many calories you're gonna be in a surplus on your cheat day, but more than likely, if you've been dieting, you're gonna exceed that limit, so it only makes sense to try to minimize the damage a little bit and get a good workout in. I don't do that much cardio right now currently, but a good cardio session early morning, whether it's jump rope or swimming or high intensity interval training, just get the body moving. You want to burn more calories. And by already being in a caloric deficit to start off the day, then it's going to minimize that surplus of calories from your cheat day. On to tip number 2, and this has to do with when to actually eat the majority of your cheat calories, so to speak. And what I recommend is once you work out early morning and you shower, your metabolism is actually increased slightly. And this is a good time to sneak in and get in a lot of your cheat calories after your workout. So that's pretty simple, right? Tip 1, get your workout in, burn those calories. And then tip 2, have the majority of your calories after that workout, because you have an increased metabolism and your body is still burning calories even at rest, and that's gonna minimize the caloric deficit during the cheat day. Last but not least is tip number 3. So we talked about working out and the time in which you should eat the majority of your calories, which is after your workout. So the next logical question is, well, what types of foods should I be eating? And that is tip number 3, and that is to get in a lot of lean protein if possible. Now, whether it comes from a hamburger or a cheeseburger or some fried chicken or even some like chicken wings, for instance, this is actually going to minimize the damage to a certain point. And why, you might be asking? Because when you eat stuff that is high in protein, it actually slows down the absorption of carbohydrates. And why is that important? Because when you have that crazy insulin spike, that's what's going to cause an increased chance of storing fat. So when you have, let's say, like I mentioned, a hamburger, even with some French fries, hamburgers have higher in fat, but it has a lot of lean protein. Same thing with the chicken wings. Chicken wings actually don't have that much carbohydrates, surprisingly. A lot more lean protein. And then like even fried chicken, yes, it is gonna be breaded, it's gonna be fried. So essentially it's gonna slow down the absorption of the carbohydrate, lessen the chances of storing fat. Foods that I wouldn't recommend or put that high on the list of a cheat day is probably stuff that's full of sugar. Going to Starbucks and getting a venti caramel macchiato. Also foods that are really starchy, such as a lot of pasta. If you have a cheat day and you want to have that huge bowl of pasta with caramel macchiato venti, your insulin's gonna go through the roof. And this all comes from experimentation with me. Everybody's body is a little bit different, but if you have a straight carb fest on your cheat day, you're gonna hold a lot of water the next day. It's gonna be a lot of water retention and your insulin's gonna go through the roof. You're gonna have that huge up and then that huge crash. So like I said, with this final tip, try to make sure to get in some lean protein with every meal. That's about it for this video. Hopefully that was helpful. Comments or questions are always welcome. And one last thing I wanted to point out is life is too short. And like I said earlier in the video, if you know you can get right back on track the next day, then forget those tips. Go ahead and have that bowl of ice cream. Go ahead and have that pasta. But if you want to minimize the damage a little bit, then have some lean protein. Work out early. Get the majority of your calories after your workout, like I mentioned in tip number 2. And by doing this, you can still have a lot of fun foods, enjoy your cheat day, but minimize the damage. That is it, guys. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, sanitary_103. Be sure to like my Facebook page as well. All social media links in the description box, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. 15 minutes worth, like I said, and looks pretty much done. You'll know that it's done because it's pretty crispy. So I'm gonna eat one on camera right here.